ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angels.
Like I never left, another sprint, another step, another day, another chasing dreams.
The Blue Angel maintenance crew and their equipment travel aboard a United States Marine Corps C-130 Hercules, affectionately known as Fat Albert. It is the large white and blue aircraft flying in front of you now.
I'm running late, what can I say? I heard you died twice, once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last.
Fat Albert is flown by an all-Marine crew led today by Lieutenant Colonel Mark Montgomery from Cartersville, Georgia, Major Kyle Mashel from Scottsdale, Arizona, Captain Bo Mabry from Lompoc, California, and support crew Stephen Stewart from Jacksonville, Florida, Bo Bevel from Manhattan, Kansas, Jason Gladfelter from Holtwood, Pennsylvania, and Anthony Black from Newport Richey, Florida.
Diamond route.
From the right, the Blue Angels C-130. Fat Albert.
I'm feeling glorious, the crib looking victorious. I'm taking with you when you're gone.
Since 1946, the Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public the precision techniques of naval aviation, hoping to inspire a culture of excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here in San Francisco, we will demonstrate maneuvers at very low altitude in traditional Blue Angel formation so that you may see and take pride in the precise fashion which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots have trained to fly. As the Delta approaches, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots you'll be watching perform here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels, from League City, Texas, Commander Eric Doyle. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman, from Fremont, California, Lieutenant Commander Damon Cruz. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman, from Memphis, Tennessee, Major Jeff Mullins. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot, from Danville, California, Lieutenant Commander Nate Scott. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo, from Kennesaw, Georgia, Lieutenant Davies. And flying Blue Angel number 6, from Wamego, Kansas, Lieutenant Commander Brandon Hempler.
That out there. Oh, it's pretty big.
As the Delta approaches, you should get a good look at the entire Blue Angel formation prior to individual diamond and solo maneuvering. Now, directly before you, the Blue Angels 2018. flight, the two solo pilots have turned on their smoke as they commence their approach for the first of their opposing maneuvers. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 360 pass. Angel Diamond will momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these four aircraft. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond. The sensation of weightlessness or ballistic flight, similar to that experienced by astronauts in space, will now be felt by the two solo pilots. Approaching center point, Lieutenant Commander Davies and Lieutenant Commander Himpler will roll their aircraft to 90 degrees angle of bank and push forward on the stick as they perform the opposing knife edge pass. The Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All four aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. Two solo pilots will next demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and the right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. The Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Commander Doyle's command, all four pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond aileron roll. Here's Commander Doyle. Aircraft pilots and enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver, demonstrated by the two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Davies and Lieutenant Commander Himpler will establish a mirror image formation. But look closely, for both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortis. For Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of the Boeing F-18, Commander Doyle is called for the extension of the landing gear and tailhooks by the 4 Diamond pilots as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Loop. To the left, Lieutenant Commander Davies is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn radius of the F-18. He'll execute a 7.5G afterburning turn and exit the flight line vertically, showcasing the Hornet's slow-speed climb capability. As the 4 Diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice 2 significant modifications. While the wingman, Lieutenant Commander Cruz, and Major Mullins maintain minimum wingtip to canopy separation, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel, double Farvel.
Stop till we're legend.
Spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are making their approach to the flight line. Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, observe as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross over show center.
Down on defeat, rose from beneath to find
The 4 Diamond pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel echelon.
and you're standing on the edge, face up, 'cause you're a natural. Upgraded hell, you gotta be so cold to make it. Yeah, you're a natural. Living your life, you gotta be so cold. Yeah, you're a natural. Will somebody let me see the light in the dark trees shadowing what's happening?
Maneuver. Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they'll complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. Diamond pilots have established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Commander Doyle will roll the entire formation 360 degrees into the 3 wingmen. During this extremely difficult maneuver, Lieutenant Commander Scott on the outpost position will experience 4 times the displacement generated by Commander Doyle's aircraft. From the left, the Blue Angel left echelon roll.
Should I keep it light, stay out of the fight? No one's gonna listen to me. If I write a song, preaching what is wrong, will they let me sing on TV? Should I keep it light? Is that right? Where we go,
Completing the roll to the right, observe as the 3 wingmen smoothly shift back into the Blue Angel Diamond. Now that Blue Angels 5 and 6 have your attention, you see firsthand the ability of a tactical jet at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Lieutenant Commander Hipper will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Lieutenant Commander Davies completes his rendezvous with the Diamond to the right. Has joined the Diamond in a line of rest formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path toward Commander Doyle's aircraft. They'll climb up through vertical under heavy G as they perform the very difficult 5-plane, a line of rest loop.
About my transgression, still in my possible, there's melody and harmony for you and me tonight. I hear them calling, every place that says something, says something, says something, says something, says something, says something.
To the left, Commander Doyle calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5. Pro flight profiles of the F-18 Hornet. The 2 solo pilots will now demonstrate precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation, crossing center point in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 4-point hesitation rolls.
That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Rolling out in trail formation for a dynamic separation maneuver. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel, vertical break. Commander Davies and Lieutenant Commander Hempler are approaching to demonstrate the impressive pitch rate of the F-18. Crossing center point, they'll execute a maximum performance climb with a split-S reversal, bringing their aircraft back over show center. Oil is rolling out the formation for their next maneuver, the barrel roll break. Passing through vertical, he will roll the formation 90 degrees and perform a split S, finishing with a dynamic separation maneuver.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash. No need to go nowhere fast. Let's enjoy right here where we at. Who knows where this road is supposed to lead? We got nothing but time. As long as you're right here next to me, everything's gonna be alright. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be.
As the formation pulls to level, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel barrel roll break. To the right, the two solo pilots are making their approach to the shoreline. Crossing center point, they will simultaneously roll their aircraft 420 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the double tuck-over roll. Oil is rolling out the diamond for another dynamic separation maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. Each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour. They will perform a reversal turn back toward the shoreline. You should be able to follow the individual smoke trails as all four aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. Standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight controls provide slow speed handling characteristics that set the Hornet apart in the air-to-air combat arena. From the right, the section High Alpha Pass.
I'm at an all time. Like 3 stacks on that CD. An example of the perfect candidate now. All your girlfriends say that you don't want to see me. You're the reason that I just can't concentrate. I've been trying to fix my pride, but now you're broken.
front of the crowd to the left of the diamond is rolling out to demonstrate the awesome power of these General Electric F404 engines. Let's listen as Commander Doyle calls for all 4 pilots to simultaneously select full afterburner. As they pass over center point, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 128,000 pounds of thrust. Pensacola, Florida, completed an intensive winter training period at Naval Air Facility El Centro, California. The beautiful weather of the Imperial Valley provided us with optimum conditions to fly each of the demonstration pilots on the 120 practice flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our show season began in early March and runs through early November. The Blue Angels will be performing 66 flight demonstrations throughout the 2018 season while visiting 32 cities in the United States and Canada. Of our demonstration will showcase all 6 aircraft flying in formation together. The Blue Angel, our signature 6-plane formation since 1958. Behind the crowd to the right, the 2 solo pilots have joined the diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Delta roll. All 5 wingmen maintaining position as they roll 360 degrees over center point.
We used to have it all, but now's our curtain call. So hold for the applause. Oh, 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 oh. And wave out to the crowd and take our final bow. Oh, it's our time to go, but at least we stole the show. 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 At least we stole the show.
As they exit to the left, observe as Commander Doyle brings the entire formation back toward the show line. Very shortly, all 6 aircraft will be approaching for the Blue Angel fleur-de-lis.
You know that we are sold out. This is fading, but the band plays on now. We're crying, crying. So let the velvet roll down.
A salute to our 4 deployed forces. All 6 aircraft will separate, perform individual 360-degree rolls, and the 4 diamond pilots will rendezvous through a looping maneuver. From the left at 450 miles per hour, the Blue Angel fleur-de-lis. Let's listen in. show line to the right. To the right, the two solo pilots are rejoining the diamond for another Delta maneuver. As they rendezvous, observe as Commander Doyle executes a reversal turn, rolling out the formation for the Delta loop break cross. Tilts his head back, picking up the shoreline here in San Francisco. Over the top, he's flown in the formation that placed him directly over show center. Now watch as he calls smoke on, ready break. Aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour. They'll perform a 1/2 Cuban 8 reversal turn. As they pull up and over the top, you should be able to follow the individual smoke trails as all 6 pilots simultaneously roll their aircraft 180 degrees and head back towards show center. From 6 separate directions, they'll converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation at a combined closure rate of over 1,000 miles per hour. And an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, please visit our website or follow the team on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. In front of the crowd, the Delta is making their approach to the show line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in dramatic fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel, Delta Breakout. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time-honored tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence spanning 107 years of naval aviation. The 2018 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps pilots, maintenance crews, and support personnel everywhere. From the left, the Blue Angels 2018. been an honor and our pleasure to perform for you here in San Francisco this, our 53rd flight demonstration of the 2018 season.